Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make polvorones, and these are really easy to make, so let's get started. But before we get started, if you want to see more recipes on my channel, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any recipes. These cookies are very popular in Cuba and throughout Latin America. This recipe will make about 30 cookies. For the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe, you're going to need 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 stick of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 whole egg, 1 teaspoon of grated lemon or lime, and a pinch of salt. In a large bowl, you're going to add softened butter, so you want it to be room temperature, and then you're going to add in 3/4 cups of sugar. You're going to mix it really well until you get a creamy mixture. Next, you're going to add in 1 beaten egg, and you're going to mix it together with the softened butter until you have everything incorporated. Next, I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm using my homemade vanilla. If you want to know how to make this, I will leave a link in the description and in the comments below. Next, I'm adding a pinch of salt, and salt enhances the flavor of sugar. That's why you'll find it in mostly all desserts. And I forgot to mention that I'm using butter with no salt. And if you are going to use butter that has salt, don't add any additional salt to this recipe. And just taste it as you go to see how it tastes. Next, I'm adding in a teaspoon of baking powder, and I'm adding 2 cups of flour, and I'm sifting it through so that it's a smooth consistency. And I'm just going to mix this together for a few seconds. And if you have a stand mixer, by all means use it. It makes things a lot easier. I decided not to use mine for this recipe because you really don't need it. But again, if you want to use it, you can. And after I mix the flour together, I'm going to add in grated lime. If you have lemon, you can use it as well because this will give the polvorones an authentic taste. Once you incorporate the lime zest, then you are going to just form a log shape with the dough. And you don't really need to like handle the dough too much. Like you're not making bread, so you don't really have to knead this dough. You're just going to just form a log shape with it and refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. If it's a little bit wetter, you just add some more flour and mix it together well and then form a log shape and refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. And you want to make sure that you cover your dough with either saran wrap or a Ziploc bag because if you refrigerate it without covering it up, the dough can harden and dry up, and then you won't be able to handle it so well. Now we're going to start forming our chocolate polvorones, and I'm using a 1/4 cup of dark chocolate, and you can use any type of chocolate for this recipe when you're making the chocolate polvorones, so it doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure you mix it really well together so that all of the chocolate is evenly distributed throughout the dough. And once you mix it, then you're going to form a log shape like you did the other 2 logs. And then you're going to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. And make sure you cover it up so it doesn't crack. The one thing I love about this recipe is that you can use anything in it. You can add chocolate chips, which I made last week, and they went so fast. I don't even think I got I don't even think I got a cookie. But anyway, yeah, you can do anything you want with this recipe. You can add in nuts or you can add in a coconut. So it's a really versatile recipe. Okay, so now that we have our 3 logs, we're going to cut the logs into circles or disc, and we're going to start forming our cookies. Now, we have the chocolate ones, which we're going to leave plain chocolate. And then the next one in the middle, I'm going to have those plain as well. And then the last row, I'm going to add sprinkles on top of them. So when you're forming your dough, forming the cookies, you want to flatten it out at the top a little bit so that they all can be leveled and that they all will be uniform shape so they'll cook evenly in the oven. And you want to make sure that they're similar in shape. They may not be perfect, but you want to try to have them all as close in size as you can so that they'll all bake evenly in the oven. When shaping the cookies, you can also take some of the dough and then form a ball and then press the dough down that way. So whichever way you decide to do it, it'll still work. And you just want to make sure that all the cookies are flattened and so that they can all cook evenly. So what I'm doing is forming a well or a indentation in the middle because now I'm going to add in my sprinkles in the center. And you really don't need that much sprinkles. You just go according to how much you want. And I have a video on how to make these with guava also. So if you want to see that video, I'll link it below. Now we're ready to place them on a tray, and you can either leave them on this silicone. If you have a silicone mat like this, you can leave it on that, or you can just put some parchment paper on a tray and bake them that way. But when you do, try not to put them so close as I'm doing now because the cookies tend to spread and then they'll stick together. So now I'm finished, and this is how they look. So prior to you putting these in the oven, refrigerate these for at least 30 minutes to prevent them from spreading. And now they're ready to be put into a preheated oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so 25 minutes have passed, and now the cookies are ready because they are nice and firm, and they smell really delicious. So now I'm going to just set them aside and let them cool on this rack for about a half an hour, and I'll show you how I'm going to present them. Okay, so let me just quickly show you what they look like at the bottom. They're a little hot, but they're nice and golden brown. So I'm going to let them rest for about 30 minutes, and then I'll be back. And here you have it, my delicious 3-flavor polvorones, and they turned out delicious. You can make these for Christmas or any special occasion. Okay, so let's try one out. This one is nice and crunchy and firm, and it's nice and golden brown on the bottom. And now I'm going to try a piece. Delicious. They came out perfect. So now I'm going to try the chocolate one, and it's nice and crunchy. And now I'm going to take a bite just to see what it tastes like. And the flavor is really delicious. And lastly, I'm going to try the one with the sprinkles, and they came out great. Well, my dear friends, it's time for me to go. I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please leave a comment below. And if you want to see more recipes like this, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. Visit me on Facebook and my Facebook group called Cooking the Cuban Way. Until next time, thanks for watching. God bless.